Hi friends, welcome to Naveen's Commerce and Management Academy. In this video, I am going to explain about the journal entries. How to write journal entries in the books of journal. We will see with an illustration. Problem related to journal entries. So they have asked you to journalize the following transactions. So they have given the transactions of the particular business organization. These transactions should be recorded in the particular journal books. So each and every transaction according to double entry system, we should go for having two entries, debit entry and credit entry. And how we will go for making those debit entry, credit entry means based on the classification of the accounts, that is personal account, real account and nominal account. We will be having three types of accounts. So first, whatever the transactions you are having, these transactions should be identified whether the transaction is related to personal account or real account or nominal account. Once the classification is done, based on the particular account, if it is a personal account, apply the rules of debit and credit for personal account. So if it is a real account, apply these debit and credit rules. If it is a nominal account, apply these debit and credit rules. Means first you should know whether the transaction is personal account, real account or nominal account. Based on that, you will go for applying the debit and credit rules of particular account. So that is the process we will follow. Based on the classification of accounts, we will apply the debit and credit rules. So let us see how to go for having the preparation of journal entries. This is the format which we will use for the preparation of journal books, that is journal entries. So we will be having date, particulars, LF, debit and credit columns. So here on date column we will go for recording the date on which the transaction has been taken place. Under the particulars column we will go for writing the two entries of a transaction, that is debit entry and credit entry along with the narration. And LF stands for ledger folio, that is the page number of this transaction recorded in the ledger books. Once we are prepared with the journal entries, then we will go for preparing the ledger books. So whatever the transaction you are recording in this journal, so this transaction will be posted to the ledger. So the page number of this transaction in the ledger books will be recorded as a ledger folio in journal books. And debit column will go for debiting the amount should be debited. Credit column will go for writing the amount which should be credited. So now we will see whatever the transactions given based on the rules of accounts, so that is personal, nominal and real account. So based on the transaction, that is first we should go for whatever the given transaction should be classified under which account it comes, whether it is a personal, real and nominal account. Based on that, we have to go for applying the debit and credit rules of that particular account. So here the first transaction is on January 1. So the transaction is commenced business with cash. So whenever you are starting business with a cash, that will be considered as the capital. So the journal entry will be cash account, it should be debited, that is debitor, cash account debitor to capital account. So means here the amount is coming into the business organization. So the whatever the amount we are getting into business, that will be considered as the capital. So that should be recorded on the credit side, and the cash is invested, so it should be recorded on the debit side. So the amount is 80,000 rupees on both debit as well as on the credit columns. 80,000. And you should go for writing narration for each and every entry. So the narration should start with being. So being commenced business with. So the narration should start with being, and whatever the transaction they have given, again that should be written. So being commenced business with cash. And the second transaction they have given on January 2nd, and the transaction is deposited cash with bank. So here the bank is involving. So whenever we are having bank or any other institutions in the transaction, that will come under the personal account. So the rule for personal account is debit the receiver and credit the giver. So if you are depositing cash in the bank, means bank will become the receiver, and the person who is giving the amount will become the giver. So according to personal account rule, you should go for debiting the receiver. So if you are paying amount into bank, the bank will become the receiver. So bank account debitor. So in the credit column, you should go for writing the giver. Here they have not given the who is the person who is going to deposit the amount. So we will go for writing it as the cash account. So if there is a person name mentioned, then you will go for writing the person name here. So and the amount is 40,000 rupees on both debit and credit columns, and the narration being deposited with bank. So that is how we'll go for making the transaction. And next third one is on January 3rd, and the transaction is purchased goods by paying cash. That is cash transaction. They are purchasing goods by cash. So goods will become the assets of the companies. So the transaction comes under real account. So according to real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So whatever the asset you are coming in, that should be debited, and what is the thing you are giving for that, that should be debited. So here we are purchasing goods. So goods are coming into business organization. So here the debit entry, either you can write it as the purchases, or you can also write it as the goods account debitor. So any of the thing, whether purchases account debitor or goods account debitor, you can write, because goods are coming in and we are making the purchases. So both can be written. 2. In the credit side, so we have to say credit in the credit column, according to real account, we have to write what is going out. So in the transaction, they are clearly saying that we are purchasing by paying cash. So cash is going outside. So to cash account, and the amount is 5,000. And narration will be being purchased goods by paying cash. So like this, for each and every transaction, you should identify under which account it comes, and then you'll go for recording the transaction in the journal entries. So next, on January 4th, so the transaction is purchased goods from Mohan and company in credit rupees 10,000 rupees. So it is a credit transaction. So the same transaction which we have written, that is purchased, but it is a cash transaction where we have purchased goods by paying cash. But in this transaction, it is a credit transaction. So we'll go for writing it as the purchases account debitor to. In case of cash account, we'll go for writing it as the Mohan and company account, from where we have received the goods on credit basis. So this is the difference for cash transaction and credit transaction. So in case of cash purchases and credit purchases, cash purchases will go for writing purchases to cash account, credit purchases to particular name of the person or name of the company will go for writing, and the amount is 10,000 rupees on both debit and credit columns, and narration being goods purchased on credit. So this is how we'll go for writing the credit entries. So next, on January 5th, so the transaction is sold goods to Arun and received cash. It is a cash transaction again. So again it is related to real account itself, because goods are incurred. We are selling the goods to Arun. So now the sales transaction, again here debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So the transaction is cash. So if we are selling goods, means goods are going outside and we will go for receiving the cash. So according to real account, debit what comes in. So we are getting cash. So cash account debitor 2. So what going out? So we are selling goods. So we can write it as the sales account. So cash account debitor to sales account, and the amount is 11,000. And the narration being sold goods for cash. And the next transaction is on January 6th. So paid salaries by cash. So here salaries comes for the expenses of the business. So whatever the employees rendered service for the company, for that will go for providing the salaries and wages for the employees. So salaries will be considered as an expense for business organization. So expenses will come under the nominal account. So for this transaction we should go for applying the rules of nominal account. So according to nominal account, debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So here salary is a expense, so you should go for showing salaries under the debit column. So salaries account debitor to cash account. So we are paying through cash mode, and the salary is 5,000 rupees on both debit as well as on credit side. And the narration being salaries paid. And the next transaction is on January 7th, and the transaction is paid Mohan and company by check for the purchase made on 4th January. So in the 4th January we are purchasing goods from Mohan and company on credit basis. So whatever we have made credit purchases, for that we are paying amount here. So Mohan and company, it is a company business organization, so it will come under the personal account. Personal account rule is debit the receiver. So we are paying amount for Mohan. So Mohan and company will become the receiver. Mohan and company account debitor to. So we don't know who is the giver again, so we will go for writing it as the bank account, because the amount we are paying through check. So check indicates for the bank transaction. So the amount is 10,000. So that is on the 4th transaction. So the credit transaction is made for 10,000 rupees. And the narration being paid to Mohan and company through check. So next transaction is on January 8th. We are going to purchase the furniture. We bought furniture by paying the cash. So it will come under the real account, because furniture is the asset. So real account rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If you are purchasing furniture, furniture is coming into organization, so furniture account debitor. And what is going outside, we are paying cash for purchasing furniture, cash is going outside, and the amount is 4,000. And the narration being bought furniture for cash. And the last transaction on January 9th. So paid electricity charges by cash. So electricity charges will comes under the expenses. So expenses will be considered under nominal accounts. So the rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes. So electricity charges is expense. So we are showing on the debit side. Electricity charges account debitor to cash account. Amount is 1,000 rupees. And the narration being electricity charges paid. So this is how we'll go for preparing the journal entries based on the classification of accounts. Hope you all understood about the how to write the journal entries in the books of journals. Thank you.